Hi, Carrie Nunnally here, Burst Ambassador and dental hygienist. I want to share with you today 8 phrases that you can use to persuade anyone to take action. Now, these can be used for anything from your kids, your family, your husband, coworkers, friends, but most importantly, I'm going to be using it in reference with talking up to your patients and persuading them on good oral health care, phrases that can be used to help encourage them in their oral care, basically. So the first one is, would you be open-minded to? So the phrase, would you be open-minded to? This is something that I like to say because most people want to think that they are open-minded. And so starting out with that and kind of making it a question seems to be a little bit better than just launching in. So, would you be open-minded to learning how you can take better care of your health? Better care of your teeth, your gums? Would you be open-minded to hearing about some products that I use to take better care of my teeth? And then that way that kind of doesn't put them on the defensive, and everyone wants to think that they're open-minded. So they generally agree and say, yeah, I would like to hear more about that. The second one is there are 2 types of people who A, give the first type, and then B, the negative. So usually A is like a positive, B is a negative. So there are 2 types of people, those that want to improve their oral care and understand the relationship between our mouth and our whole body, and want to be proactive in their health and do preventative things to make sure that they take good care of their teeth and gums. And then there are those that don't, that just, kind of let whatever happens, that, don't do those preventative measures. And then ask, which are you? Give them a choice. Are you the type of person that wants to take better care of your health, or do you just kind of leave it to chance? And then that gives them a choice, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, I want to be the type of person that, that is the more positive attribute that takes better care. So the third one is if then. So this is an if then phrase. So if you want this particular result, then you need to take this action. Or if you don't do this, then this will happen. So, we've used this like with my teenage son. So if you want to be able to drive a car, you need to be on honor roll. If you can't get on honor roll, or you can't have a 3.0 GPA, then we won't pay for your car insurance. So this puts the ball in their court and shows that they have control over the action. People are more likely to take action for fear of pain or loss. So like for my son, he wants to do well in school because it's important to him to drive. So like for your patients, if you want to have healthy teeth and gums, then you need to brush twice a day and floss once a day. If you want, to not have your gums bleed when you come in for the cleaning and not have it be sensitive, then you need to floss daily. So you're giving them that action and that, what the result will be. Number 4 is, I'm not sure if this is for you, or I'm not sure who needs to hear this right now. You see this a lot in social media posts. People will post something, I'm not sure who needs to hear this right now, but and then they'll say something, and this gets a lot of attention because people don't want to miss out. They have a fear of missing out, or they want to know, well, this might be for me. I need to know this. I need to hear this. So, I'm not sure if this is for you right now, but blank. So whatever it is. So I'm not sure if this is for you, but I have this really great new toothbrush that I love, that I've been using. And then that gets them curious. Well, wait, maybe it is for me. I want to know more about this. So that's number 4. Number 5 is blank shouldn't be so blank. So this phrase demonstrates empathy and understanding. You see this a lot too on posts with like the health and fitness world, like, exercise shouldn't be so difficult, or working out shouldn't be so hard, or eating right shouldn't be so difficult, things like that. So I like to use this, with my patients too, taking good care of your of your teeth and gums shouldn't be so expensive, or taking good care of your teeth and gums shouldn't be so difficult. We have tools that can help us with this. Would you like me to share more about the ones that I love? That one is really great because it does, you're giving empathy to them, you're showing support. So it shouldn't have to be so hard. And then you're offering a solution there. Number 6 is I was once in your shoes. So this is, where you're giving more details, more specific evidence. You're sharing a story here that really shows them that you were there once too. So I really, and truly, this is so good because I think this one really relates to a lot of people, but I'm always sharing because it's true that, I didn't always, wasn't always changing my toothbrush head every 3 months either. I knew I needed to. A lot of people don't know that they need to, but I just, I didn't have the time, or I would forget. When I put my other toothbrush head on, a few months would pass by. I didn't remember that it hadn't been 3 months. And then I would realize that, my teeth weren't feeling as clean, and I would wonder why. And then I would realize that, gosh, it's probably been longer than 3 months since I've changed my toothbrush head. And then I would have to try to go to the store and find the one that matched the particular model that I have. And sometimes I couldn't remember once I got to the store what model I had. And it's just this big rigmarole. And they're like, yeah, that's why I don't, or that's the problem I'm having. So it really, the more details you can share, the more they can relate to that and put themselves in your shoes, or you're putting yourself in their shoes, kind of thing. So that is really effective too for getting patients to kind of, relate, understand that you're relating to them and sharing in those difficulties with them. Number 7 is imagine. So this is where you're kind of taking you out of the story and wanting you to put them into the story, to use their imagination so that they can feel those same feelings. And so you're saying, imagine if you didn't have to worry about trying to find that replacement head every 3 months. Imagine if it just came to your door and it was just great to have it come right there. You knew when it was time to replace it, and you had one that came right to you. Imagine if your teeth felt so good, they didn't feel that fuzzy feeling halfway through the day because you're getting, 10 times more plaque off than just brushing with a manual toothbrush. Imagine what that would feel like. Imagine what that would feel like if you came in and there wasn't any bleeding, it wasn't sensitive when I was cleaning your teeth. So those imagine if statements are really persuasive as well. And then the last one, number 8, is here's what you're going to do next. So this one is giving them step-by-step guidelines or details or directions on what they can do next to improve on their oral care. This is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to brush your teeth twice a day, morning, after breakfast, and last thing before you go to bed. You're going to need to floss once a day. This is where you can get these products. You can go to firstoralcare.com. You put what color toothbrush you want into your cart. Then you go to accessories. Give details. Sometimes people need to really be walked through it. Go up to accessories, choose, the floss, and choose the toothpaste if you want to choose that. And then put in the whitening strips, and you'll be set up with all these great oral care products, and then you can try everything out. That sort of thing. So this is what you're going to do next, walking them through step-by-step guide. That can be really helpful because sometimes people say, yeah, I want to do it, but they don't know the next step. And we think it's just normal and natural and here's what you do. But if they haven't done it before, or if they're, just not as techie, they, kind of have that fear, then they're less likely to follow through with your recommendations because they just don't know how to do it. So if you can kind of walk them through a step-by-step guide, it makes it a lot better. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys. That can, like I said, help with your kids, with anything, but especially with helping our patients with our oral care recommendations, just those persuasive phrases that can just really help them take into consideration the advice that we're giving them. All right. Thanks, you guys.